Not long ago, Rita Repulsa invaded our world, intent on conquering it. With the legion of monsters in tow, Rita ushered in a new era of crisis and terror. But while the day lingers in the fears of the world, some see it in a different light. The world also got heroes, the Power Rangers. The world doesn't know who they are, where they got their powers from, and where exactly they hide those giant robots. But Rita and her minions have thus far been no match for the Rangers. So Rita created a Power Ranger of her own, the Green Ranger. For a time, this Green Warrior and his mighty robot, the Dragonzord, appeared to be unstoppable. 2 days ago, that all changed, and the world once again entered a new era. The Dragonzord and the Power Rangers Megazord teamed up, and now, all 6 Rangers appear to be working together. The Green Ranger is named Tommy, and though he is having trouble adjusting to his new role as a Power Ranger and a student at a local high school, the Pink Ranger is encouraging, and the two agree to go on a date later. But there's one catch. They'll have to get through the day of school first. The Black Ranger Zach is caught sleeping in class. Though the Red Ranger Scott tries to defend his comrade, the teacher is not impressed and assigns both of the boys detention. While the two will be busy with that this evening, the other Rangers agree to run diagnostics on the Dragonzord, hoping to figure out why lately Tommy is having trouble operating it. Meanwhile, the Green Ranger is looking for a seat to eat lunch. He is taunted by an image of Rita, who mocks her former servant and plays up on the young man's insecurities. But Tommy is unmoved by her words. He's stronger than her, and now he's a Power Ranger. His teammates offer him a seat at their table, but then the bell rings and the others have to leave, meaning Tommy is left to eat alone. Outside, Scott and Zach are interviewed by 2 students named Bulk and Skull, who are fans of the Power Rangers. When asked about the Green Ranger, Scott and Zach think the new Ranger deserves a second chance. Far away, Rita is preparing a crystal to fulfill her sinister plans. But in order to bring it to full strength, they will need more power. Later, the Green and Pink Rangers are completing a holographic training program. Green is distraught for accidentally leading some civilians directly into danger during the exercise. The Rangers' mentor, Zordon, explains that the training program was designed for failure, to see how the Rangers would act in the face of certain defeat. Because Tommy did his best, the training program must be viewed as a success. Regardless, the Green Ranger insists on running the program again, canceling on his date with the Pink Ranger, and upsetting her in the process. That night, Tommy returns home, wondering what the Power Rangers mean to him. A woman appears before him, saying, "That's a good question." With a blade to his throat, she says he only has moments left to answer it. The Blue and Yellow Rangers are working on the Dragonzord, which hasn't been responding to the Green Ranger lately. The Blue Ranger Billy is disturbed by the thought that this machine was created by Rita, and though Trini, the Yellow Ranger, is conciliatory about all this, something is clearly bothering him. The Ranger feels insecure and out of place compared to the other Rangers, and though Trini tries to make him feel better, saying he is equal to all of them, Billy remains unconvinced. Back in his home, Tommy remains at the point of a blade. He scoffs at his captor, who is a woman named Scorpina. He knows she is merely a lackey of Rita, but she doesn't back down. When the woman threatens Tommy's mother, the Green Ranger leaps into action, activating his teleporter and taking them both to the middle of nowhere. Transforming into the Green Ranger, the two begin a heated battle. However, Tommy finds himself outpaced by his much faster opponent, and when Scorpina summons an army of monsters, the Ranger knows he is in trouble. Elsewhere, Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, approaches Jason Scott, who is teaching karate. She explains how Tommy cancelled on their date, and her and Jason agree to go instead. However, before they leave, Jason's sensei asks if Tommy would be interested in helping teach a class with Jason. The Red Ranger expresses reluctance over this when suddenly, the Rangers are contacted by Zordon and have to leave. The mentor of the Rangers warns the two that Tommy is in danger. Surrounded, Tommy fights valiantly but is hopelessly outnumbered. Luckily, Jason and Kim are able to arrive on the scene quickly, and together, the 3 Rangers begin to turn the tide. The Black Ranger also teleports in, and is nearly hit by a monster before he joins in the fray. During the battle, Tommy is once again confronted by a vision of Rita. She mocks the young man, seeing the others don't trust him, and she tries to make Tommy feel inferior. He ignores her words as best he can. Victorious, they return to their base, and the Power Rangers have a meeting. Trini says it sure seems like Rita has a specific vendetta against Tommy. They also take note of the means of Rita's attack. She didn't send any giant monsters, knowing she can't face all the Rangers together. Instead, she sent one person in, undetected, to threaten the boy and his family. It's her way of proving just how far she'll go if Tommy doesn't cooperate, and that she can get to him anywhere. Zordon believes this will always be the case as long as Tommy possesses something she desires, an item known as the Dragon Power Coin. Tommy refuses to relinquish it or the Dragonzord. Billy then announces that his diagnostic of the Dragonzord revealed the machine seems to be working properly, but has stopped listening to the Green Ranger. Zordon comments that the Zords are all connected to the Rangers. The machines must feel as comfortable with their pilots as the pilots must feel about them. As the vision of Rita continues to mock Tommy, he finally says he's had enough of all this nagging, but before he can do anything, he collapses to the floor. In a strange prison, two aliens are visiting a willing captive. The prisoner asks if his queen Rita sent for him, and when informed she did not, he wants nothing more. The prisoner's name is Goldar, and he refuses to eat food the guards have provided for him. Rita will never allow him to leave, because he failed her. He lost her Green Ranger. Tommy wakes up at home, where he is comforted by his mother. However, he is alarmed when she tells him that she knows he is a Power Ranger, and exposes herself as Rita. As the Great Queen taunts the young man, he cries out, only to wake up, realizing it was all just a dream. The other Rangers are worried about Tommy, so they sent their robot servant Alpha to get the young man some water. Trini promises they will get to the bottom of this. In Rita's palace, the Queen announces that she can tell Tommy is close to breaking. She's not linked to the Green Ranger anymore, but she is still in tune with his powers. Scorpina apologizes for her earlier failure, and Rita dismisses this. In her eyes, Scorpina did fine. She did fail to get the power coin, but she drove Tommy into battle and pushed him into his limit. Rita's crystal is fueled by green chaotic energy, and their battle created much of it. And once they begin their final attack, they will be able to fully power the crystal and open a portal. The only other thing they need is the Dragon Dagger, and though Rita has lost that too, they can make another. This new dagger will be unstable, but it should be enough to open the portal. With a simple spell, the aliens sacrifice one of Rita's minions to create the unstable blade. Meanwhile, Trini begins a medical scan of Tommy. The young man notices the young ranger's prowess over medicine, and she admits to having some interest in being a doctor one day. Trini asks how much Tommy remembers of being under Rita's spell, and though the young man doesn't reply, she can tell he remembers everything. She comforts the Green Ranger, saying this is the sort of thing her father went through, and though it takes a while to get over, there is hope. Suddenly, the two hear some noise outside. They rush out with Alpha, only for the small robot to be suddenly crushed by the Dragonzord. The two quickly transform into Rangers, but Tommy can immediately tell something is wrong. He can't teleport into the Dragonzord, so Trini tells him to stay low, and she summons her saber-toothed tiger. The two Zords do battle until Tommy is able to use his Dragon Dagger to distract Dragonzord. It turns on him, and is about to devour him alive, when suddenly, Tommy wakes up back in the medical room. The whole incident was apparently some sort of vision. It is during this time that the other Rangers meet in the diner to discuss Tommy. Zack believes there's more going on here than what their new ally is telling them, and is having trouble trusting the Green Ranger. Though Kim is quick to defend Tommy, Zack points out the young man was handpicked by Rita and brainwashed by the evil woman. They don't know what exactly Rita did to the Green Ranger, and that makes Tommy dangerous. Zack still wants to give him a chance, but insists they need to be more careful. Jason, who has been quiet throughout this discussion, admits that Zack is right, and something is going on here. He wants to help too, but points out they can't do anything unless Tommy communicates and admits there is a problem. This talk ends early when they are called back to base by Trini. There is something they all need to see. Back at their headquarters, the Power Rangers are shown a scan of Jason's powers, which looks similar to how all the other Rangers look, except for one, Tommy. The Green Ranger's powers look considerably different. Zordon is quick to say that this might just be Tommy's body getting used to his new powers, but without more tests, he cannot say for certain whether or not Rita is involved. Tommy, who has up until now been quiet, finally admits that Rita has been appearing in his mind. The others, especially Zack, are upset and worried at this news. Jason points out that Tommy is making it difficult to earn their collective trust. Suddenly, the alarm sounds. Deep underwater, Scorpina has emerged with the Dragonzord. The unstable dagger and Rita's crystal worked perfectly to give her full command of the mighty Zord. On the surface of an ocean, a couple on a cruise are enjoying the view. The woman is cold, but her partner warns her that this is the nature of the sea. You never know just how fast the weather can turn. With the Dragonzord rampaging in San Francisco, only one team of heroes can stop him. Mastodon, Saber-Tooth Tiger, Tyrannosaurus, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Power Rangers! The Blue Ranger is able to grab the Dragonzord and begins pulling the massive weapon back into the water. Meanwhile, Rita watches over this furious. For her plans to work, the Dragonzord must destroy the entire city. So she has one of her minions summon some monsters to help Scorpina out. In the battlefield, the others are shocked when giant shark monsters appear and attack, freeing the Dragonzord in the process. The other Rangers fight back, but are having trouble. Watching over his friends, Tommy wants to help. However, the vision of Rita appears and taunts the young man over his inaction. Luckily, Tommy's had enough. She isn't real, she's just a representation of his insecurities. But she's still just him. And frankly, Tommy's getting sick of it. As Rita dissipates under Tommy's willpower, he knows he's the only one who can stop the Dragonzord. So he teleports to the machine and is able to break his way in. While the others transform into the Megazord, Tommy and Scorpina do battle. The Rangers make quick work of the shark monsters, and Tommy is able to break Scorpina's dagger. And just like that, the battle is over. Back at headquarters, the others are upset. The day was saved, but Tommy is looking less trustworthy than ever. The argument turns heated, and pretty soon a fight nearly breaks out between Jason and Tommy. Everyone fails to notice the shattered dragon dagger glowing until it is too late. The captive Scorpina laughs, saying their plan is working, while a portal opens up around the Rangers. As everyone recovers, the Power Rangers are greeted by a massive figure that gradually shrinks itself down in size. It says it has been looking forward to destroying the Rangers for some time, and asks who wants to go first. Hello and welcome to Comic Island. My name is Arden, and this is the complete story of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Green Ranger Year 1. So I confess we're just sort of stopping things here at the first 4 issues as part of this video. I'm not sure if this qualifies as the entire story arc, but well, views on this series are drying up, and I think whatever point I've made has been made. The comic series is awesome and comes highly recommended, and I encourage you to keep reading this and the Pink Ranger series on your own. I really enjoyed the art and writing on the whole, and this is a great title, especially for younger readers. It also served as a great introduction for me to the Power Rangers franchise. And it works as a hopeful beacon for what we could get with the movie they've been talking about recently. The sort of atmosphere and tone we've seen in this comic could work really well as a movie. I think it would be a lot of fun. So thanks for watching, let me know what you think in the comments section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep reading comics.